What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back. We're here with more of Casual Geographic, which he is freaking hilarious and awesome and funny, and I like him. So we're doing more of that today. So hit the like button, subscribe button, leave a comment down below to feed the algorithm gods. I said gods normally. What just happened? What just happened? What happened? Gods. That's what I meant to say. And so let's get into it. The co-word for today, so no, you did not skip this. I don't know what, my other arm keeps going up. Anyways, the co-word for today, so I know you did not skip this intro, is raccoon or trash panda. All right, let's get it.
A new study shows raccoons are evolving and trying their hardest to become our pets. Let me explain.
Now, how about I explain? Raccoons wear masks because they might have pulled the feline finesse on humanity. It's what you've probably heard from the news, with researchers
Look at
saying
these
that
little
the
guys.
trash panda might be the next animal to domesticate itself. So much that they're already getting cuter in the process. Domestication doesn't just make animals more tolerant of people, it physically changes them too, with changes like floppy ears, curly tails, smaller teeth, brains, and shorter snout. And one change has folks excited for the future of raccoons. And it's
He likes to grab the bubbles. He's just trying to grab the bubbles. Oh, so cute.
all because of this study. By combing through 19,000 raccoon portraits posted to iNaturalist, the study concluded that the urban raccoon snout size was shorter than their country cousins by 3.6%, possibly because shorter snouts with stronger bites are better at chewing through our trash, and that trash might be how this all started.
Oh my God.
What people forget is domestication isn't just brute force by humanity. The animal has to make the first move, and with dogs, that move was early wolves scavenging off human leftovers, a habit that favored less fearful, less aggressive wolves. Without their love affair of our food, we wouldn't have dogs, and arguably no animal loves our trash more than a recycle ninja. The shiesty cat is a
recycle
survivalist on
ninja.
steroids who easily adjusted to life in the city, pivoting from foraging from 9 to 5 to dumpster dive, and leaving trees for chimneys. Raccoons have hands, free will, and the intellect to use both, which can lead to a sugar bandit hitting a lick on a donut shop and slipping away to do it again. That is.
I mean, I've told you guys about the Quiznos story, right? Where I ordered Quiznos, okay? It's at my front door. The little raccoon tore that shit open, started eating all the meats and cheeses out of it, left all the lettuce all over the doorstep, all over. He snatched that cookie, okay, and ran off with it in his little paws and put it in his mouth so he could run faster. Crazy ass little raccoon.
The direct approach of just asking for it. Mind you, Stealth Eyes have great memory. She just made a regular for life. They'll take free rides from anywhere, literally. There's more than one case of ring-tailed commuters taking trains, like when a raccoon hopped on a Toronto GO train headed halfway down Ontario, or when another tried hopping on a subway in Spadina Station. Raccoons aren't just built for the city.
Dang! Dang! Young in Spadina, man! Toronto raccoons going crazy!
By it, and all
How come they were never riding on the trains when I was on them, man? That would be so cute. Oh, man. I'd be in them subway stations. If I saw a little raccoon homie just walk up and sit next to me on it, I'd be so happy. I'd be terrified, too. I'd be like, I need to go get a rabies shot.
Our efforts to slow them down might have just made them smarter. Toronto spent $31 million on raccoon-proof green garbage bins in 2016, designed specifically to keep the veiled vermin from your trash.
So
The raccoons
cute.
spent a couple days in false defeat, until a few were caught making the bins, the 30 mil, and the city of Toronto.
That's crazy. That little homie started cranking that shit like Soldier Boy. He started cranking it. He cranked it open. He's so chonky. That's a big ass raccoon.
Toronto looked like a joke.
Oh my God.
And many believe that the harder people push to prove otherwise, the more they've accidentally buffed
Oh
the
my
brain
God, he
with
made his
bingo.
own little
In fact,
ladder.
Many people have dubbed this excessively street smart variant as the Uber raccoon.
The
So it
Uber
would seem that,
raccoon.
like death, taxes, and The Simpsons getting another season, raccoons are inevitable. But before you start fantasizing,
Okay, that little homie's big chillin'. That's the dream. That's me. That's me on the couch. Snacks.
about naming a litter merchant Rocket, you should probably know, what exactly is a raccoon? Let's take this ride one more time. With Order Carnivora, there's a team cat and a team dog. Team cat feliform has, well, cats, wild cats, hyenas, the mongoose mafia, and a bunch of mammal castrol nature made out of spare parts like the binturong and the fusa. Team dog caniformia has the canines,
The fusa are scary, man.
pinnipeds, mustelid crash outs like the honey badger, skunks, and
Honey
of course,
badger.
the raccoon. More specifically,
Raccoon.
the raccoon family is procyonid, and that family reunion has members that you may not have heard of before.
They've got
like
such
the
cute little
ringtail,
faces.
actual name, the Kakamisle. Every time I see it, it feels like the first time. The Kinkajou.
Hey!
By far, my favorite raccoon cousin is not a moonwalking dinosaur. That's just what happens when you put coatis in reverse. If you've been to Mexico, you've definitely seen at least one coatimundi, if not coatimany. And as someone who's been to Mexico, I can assure you that they'll steal your heart along with anything else left unsupervised. It's
Oh my god, oh, he pulling. Oh, he's fighting. Oh, he's fighting.
And suddenly I'm okay
He got a
with
big
that.
snoot
So
on him.
obviously, when it comes to raccoons,
He's a
it's
big old
just genetic.
schnoz.
They can't help themselves. But raccoons were the only ones that were able to leave the trenches and make money moves in the city.
Oh, they're so
How did raccoons
cute.
finesse the infrastructure so well that you honestly forget they're not supposed to be there? You know raccoons are smart. The question is, how smart? Yes.
Too smart.
A literal
Yes is the
Robin
answer.
Hood isn't just street smart. They sit at a table with some of the brainiest animals in the world. In 1907, two
Ain't no
psychologists tried to
way.
power scale the intelligence of the raccoon, and to do it, they used Edward Thorndike's puzzle box. In this method, the subject would have to engineer an escape by opening a series of latches to see not only how fast they could accidentally find the answer, but how quickly they could purposely do it again. They both did the same experiment separately, and both came to the conclusion that not only did a bushy-tailed urbanite clear cats and dogs, the raccoon's performance put them right under monkeys. Raccoons are also one of the few animals that pass Aesop's test. In another experiment, 2 out of 8 raccoons were able to figure out that they could reach a marshmallow in a tube with water by dropping stones to raise the level high enough. A third one said, and just sat on the tube and rocked back and forth until it tipped over and the water and marshmallow spilled out.
Okay, that
Something a
works
team of
too. Yeah, just tip it
PhD
over, it works
students did
too.
not see coming. It was never a secret raccoons are cognitively capable. Once upon a time in the 20th century, there was a push to use raccoons as lab animals for neuroscientists and psychologists, but that idea lost steam due to the procedural issues of raccoons breaking out of cages and escaping through vents. Basically, it got to
Oh
the
my
point where
god,
you couldn't
Among
tell who was
Us.
studying who.
They're
The different
venting.
disciplinary choice in the history of bullshit. They got embarrassed by a dumpster puppy and refused to run it back. Honestly, raccoon intelligence comes down to 2 things. One is memory. Raccoons can remember solutions to problems they solved years ago and will just build on that knowledge. A different experiment involved 22 rats, 2 dogs, 4 raccoons, and 5 human children. And this
22
time, they faced
rats!
3 light bulbs, one of which would briefly turn on, and the subject would have to identify which one after a delay. At first, the raccoons didn't do too hot. They could pick the right light bulb after a 25-second delay, but the dogs could handle 5 minutes. But what was quickly realized was both the dogs and the rats could only remember which bulb if and only if they were facing the bulbs the entire time. As soon as they moved around and lost visual, they lost the challenge. But raccoons could pick the right light even after spending the delay moving around and being distracted. The only other subjects that could do this were the children. Memory is important, but the second pillar of procyonid prowess is curiosity. It might have killed the cat, but not Panda has been living off that. In my opinion, other than crows, raccoons are a perfect city animal, and curiosity is one reason why.
He's just a curious little guy.
Something they've never seen before is to figure it out. That's how they turn what Toronto media flex as the marvel of ergonomic design into a 7-figure waste of everyone's time. It's almost impossible
I get
to make something
31
raccoon
million
There's
just
an
for him to
unsettling
open that
overlap
shit
between
up.
The smartest raccoon and the dumbest human. It doesn't help that a rubbish warrior has hands. Fun fact, the animal called wash bear doesn't wash food. They actually wet their paws to enhance the nerves on their fingers, meaning raccoons can see what they're eating with their hands. Speaking of food, it helps that raccoons are omnivores that'll mooch off you, your dog, your cat.
That's why they eat like little people. They be taking their hands and go yum 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 yum. It's so cute.
Animation after. They'll try anything once, even if it means waking up face down in a liquor store.
Oh my god, he drunk as hell. That raccoon drunk as hell. What the hell?
Opossums don't get a fraction of the PR, and people who hate on coyotes but give raccoons a pass must not have the experience of waking up to a dismembered, disemboweled cat. In fact, intelligence in a face mask often makes you forget they're a predator tough enough to
it's kind of sad because my cat, he's 14, all right? He's a rescue cat. His name is Finnegan. He's got type 1 diabetes. I was like, I don't know what type of, I don't know. He just has diabetes. And I have to give him his medicine every morning. And he's, oh my God. And dude, just like maybe 3 hours before stream, right? He wanted to go, sometimes he likes to sit on the deck because it's nice and cold. He'll just sit there and he'll just stare around. He's got a little bit of cataracts. His eyes are kind of cloudy. He just likes to stare around a little bit, you know? And I just let him sit out there. So, like, I leave for a bit. I come back, and there's a whole-ass dead bird he's eating the carcass of and dragging towards the door. And I'm like, what? Little bro, you can't even see half the time. How'd you kill that bird? Finnegan, how'd you kill that bird? And remember, he's adopted, so he's declawed in the front. I don't agree with declawing cats. Luna's not declawed. Luna's got whole ass nails on her feet and her front paws and back paws. But Finnegan's declawed in the front. So that means this cat had to kick the shit out of that bird, disembowel it, and eat its innards. And he can barely see. I really mean that. So he has this thing where when he wants to like get rubs from you, he doesn't really know where your leg is to indicate he wants that. So he headbutts you really hard because he doesn't know what the distance is. That's how blind he is, man. His vision's too blurry to see depth perception. And this is the cat? At that point, that bird ain't gonna live for long. That's on that bird. Like, that's the cat that got you? That's embarrassing that he ran your ass up. So, yeah, and then I caught him just inside the cat, inside the cat, just eating the bird, and his tummy. My dog starts tweaking. My dog goes, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Mom!" She's freaking out. She's sprinting around. She's scared. The dog starts shaking. She's like, "What the fuck is happening?" She's never seen our cat do that. So she's like, "What? He's a killer! He's a killer!" The dog's tweaking, right? And I'm like, "Oh god, you know, it is what it is." And they're like, "Oh Jesus, it's so sad. No, Finnegan, no," right? And the worst part is, man, we just paid for all this vet shit because he got worms, and now we have to go pay for more vet shit because we gotta probably check if he's gonna get worms again now. And I'm like, no wonder why he's getting it. He's like killing animals and eating them. Oh my god, my poor dog got anxiety from it. What the hell, man? And my poor baby, she started running around. Help! Help! Yeah, my at least I know for sure. Oh my dog's kind of scared of my cat a little bit, and now it's gonna be even worse. The dog got traumatized. True. Oh my god. Yeah. So I don't know. Am I supposed to wash out his mouth? I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Because, like, I feel like I should wash his face or something. I don't know. If anyone's got any advice, let me know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now that he's done that. I just don't let him in my bed right now. Normally he sleeps in my bed. I'm not letting him in my bed. He has his own, like, we got him his own little house. You'll see it on my Twitter. Got his own little house to sleep in. He likes that. We leave it inside. We don't put it outside. He just has his own little dog house inside of the house because it's cozy and he's old. So he likes dark areas. But we don't want him to, like, go outside and, like, you know, because he's getting older. We're kind of worried if he passes away alone or something. So we gave him a little dog house inside the house to sleep in. Give the killer a bath. Oh, no. He would never let me give him a bath. Oh, no. And I mean, the thing about cats, you can't really give them a bath, like, for most types. The ones that are hairless, you have to give them baths. But, like, for, like, the ones that are floofuses, I don't know. He's like, I don't think I can bathe him. Because his body, how does his body heat back up properly? You know? Like, cats' bodies don't adapt to temperature well when they're wet. And, like, he's going to start shaking. He's going to be so sad and shaky. Oh, no. But do I wash his face? What do I do with that? If you try, you're his next kill. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do anything then. You have to train a cat for baths. Yeah, he's 14 and half blind. I don't think it's gonna work. And a diabetic. And he just killed a bird. I don't think it's the time to teach him.
Family pet. And in the city, very few things can return the favor, as urban raccoons have
if you keep their butts covered up, they heat up. Oh, that's cool to know.
Not like I think otters actually eat them, but to be fair, this does look very predatory.
What the hell, otters? Oh my god, he's dragging them.
Raccoons are in that sweet spot where many of the things that would normally eat them are too big to really follow them into the city. Or at least if they do, they get all the smoke from humanity. Basically with raccoons, they're bigger than the cute animals, cuter than the big animals. But the
Yeah,
last
it's true.
piece is
They're the
their
happy in
psychology.
between.
Experiments show that the quieter, more docile raccoons were craftier and much better at solving puzzles than the aggressives. Ironically, bolder raccoons were less likely to take the time to see how a device works. Meaning, not only are calm raccoons superior students and problem solvers, but calmness is the trait that animals need to survive constantly being around humans.
Oh shit,
It's
they
also
biting!
the first step to domestication. Which brings us back to the question, are raccoons actually being domesticated? It's complicated. Remember that it was
Oh my gosh, she got bit.
so
She got
much that
bit. Oh my
created
god.
Selective pressure that favored less fearful, more people-tolerant wolves. And after several generations of these docile wolves breeding, you eventually got the breeding blocks that would lead to Shih Tzus, Pekingese,
Ew!
and someone's
Sorry.
arthritic, crusty-eyed, semi-bigoted Q-tip. You know, there was a period where every single girl I talked to had one of these, and they did not like me. But a lot of people say that the
Yeah,
masquerade
that don't
is
look
at the
racist.
starting
I don't
line
want
of the
I don't
same
want to explain
process,
it.
and that the snout study only proves it. There's one problem though. That study is very
Oh,
sus.
do you know what? That dog is racist. Do you know why? Because my fiance's parents have that type of dog. Okay, this dog. Okay, and it can smell the Indian part of me. I swear to God. Okay, because I came into that house and this dog was yapping at me. This dog on me, and I said, "What the hell?" And they're like, "No, she's not normally like that. She's really sweet." No, she's not like, I don't know why she's doing that. And they're like, oh, okay. And she's like shaking with anger, mad at me. And I'm like, does she don't like little mixies? What's going on here? What's going on here? And then we proceed to have like we're there way before dinner time. We're like, you know, we're like making food together, we're hanging out, we're having a good talk, we like spend dinner together. We like spend like a solid like entire like we spend like maybe 7 hours together, right? This dog barked at me the entire time. So much so she got exhausted and she laid flat on her tummy with all of her limbs spread out, took a nap, woke up and started barking at me again. That's how racist this dog is. What the hell is going on? No, my fiance is black, right? But my Indian side, this dog don't fuck with. This dog smelled the curry on me and said, "Get your ass the fuck out of this house." I said, "Oh, racist dog, no! Racist dog, no! Don't do it!" Like, what? Not pure enough. Oh my god. Maybe it's elitism. It's like, you're not a purebred. Oh fuck.
But a lot of people say that the mass marauder is at the starting line of the same process and that the snout study only proves it. Just one problem though, that study is very sus. For a number of reasons. They used images that were uploaded by random people to iNaturalist, meaning I could have snapped a raccoon and thrown a pic up there and it might have ended up in the study. And then to avoid, I guess, duplicates, they limited the image contribution to 1 picture per person, which cut the picture pool from over 100,000 to just under 20,000. But they also had no way of knowing multiple people didn't just clock the same raccoon. And then, out of the 19,495 pictures, they cut it down to 249, 38 rural raccoons, and 211 urban. I'm guessing they filtered out for the best quality images to measure, but I feel like you can't mess with the numbers that much without severely kneecapping your study. Especially since they say they pulled pictures from 2000
He's scratching his belly!
Only used the last 4 years due to a low number of rural data points. Basically, they're saying in 20 years they couldn't find enough country raccoons. That's a, I don't know. Look, I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm the best at reading these studies or making sense of the numbers, so I'm actually gonna link this creator's video. She's an actual raccoon biologist. She's the only US citizen allowed to study the pygmy raccoon, and the creator of DashCon, which was some lore I was not expecting. But honestly,
what?
I'm not as
I'm DashCon, what the hell?
The fact that the same study
What a crazy plot twist.
that raccoon snouts can be influenced by the climate, with them getting shorter as it gets warmer. And remember, I said domestication syndrome can come with shorter snouts, but also floppy ears, curly tails, etc. So they took one trait that
so
arguably could be
cute.
caused by the climate, and
Oh,
also
oh,
forgot
baby.
the way they did it. Some
Look at
of
that
the
twitchy
rural
nose.
raccoons were actually living in urban areas. Again, I'm gonna plug Nessie's video. I feel like she did a much better job at dissecting this study than me, but the more I looked at it, the more it looked like an undergrad statistics project than an actual raccoon study. Which it actually might be. Now let's get to the real reason I'm making this video. I know I just pissed off a whole bunch of people by killing their raccoon reveille, but the thing is, I'm not saying raccoons aren't domesticating themselves. I'm also not saying they are. Let me explain. Domestication is a multi-generational, DNA-altering process that ends with an animal that kinda needs us to survive. They can't live in the wild, or at least they're not supposed to. Habituation happens on an individual level.
And they show a cat with a bird in its mouth. That's what I'm saying. Cats are domesticated, yet these little shits are still out here killing. Why? You are so well fed. What are you doing? Like, what pisses me off even more about Finnegan killing that bird is he just finished eating when I let him sit on the deck. So he already ate. Right? That's why I let him outside. To sit on the deck, to go look at the sky and look around. Right? And that's when he killed the bird and started eating it. And I was like, you had food left over in your bowl. Why didn't you just finish that? Was you like that one? I bought you the one that you like. What?
The animal's still wild, their kids are gonna be wild, but they've adopted changes in behavior to take advantage of being around people. When the early wolves became less afraid of people and more comfortable cleaning our plates, that was habituation. And habituation's what you see with a lot of these raccoons getting bolder around people.
Okay, someone said desert in chat. Let me just tell you right now. I'm gonna teach you I'm gonna teach you something real quick, okay? I'm not judging your spelling. I'm gonna teach you something real quick. Are you ready for this? Dessert is spelled with 2 S's because you always want more. Now you'll never misspell dessert and desert ever again. You're welcome. That's how I know how to spell dessert. 2 S's because you always want more. There you go. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? I know. It's like it's a spelling mistake that's very common for everybody. So it's like, yeah, I'll help you out a little bit.
They're not trying to become our pets, they're just trying to eat. Does that make sense? Like, you could argue habituation is the first step of domestication, but it doesn't guarantee domestication. A shot of jungle juice could be the first step to becoming an alcoholic, but one shot does not an alcoholic make. You can drink it without ending up in an AA meeting. And even if raccoons are on the road to domestication, you, me, our kids, and even the spawn after that won't be alive to see it. And by that logic, raccoons wouldn't be the only ones. Plenty of animals have habituated to humans. Foxes in London have done infinitely better in cities than in the country, and some researchers even said their snouts are also getting smaller, as rooting through trash has selected for shorter snouts with stronger bites to break through packages and bones. And black bears in places like Aspen, Colorado,
oh, this clip was AI.
commute from
Okay.
the woods into the city to scavenge
So he
trash
blurted out.
at night.
Okay, there we go.
They've also gotten really bold about it, even breaking into houses and raiding fridges. Elephants in Thailand have habituated to the point of running things like the mafia. You got elephants stopping trucks on the road just to steal their sugarcane. But by far the best, or I guess worst example, is baboons in South Africa.
Sorry, I
So
just saw
used
that.
to humans meeting an easy meal, now they expect it and will violently run your pockets. But no one's
Man,
saying
I heard the song so much from
baboons,
playing Super Smash
elephants,
Brothers.
or
Ooh.
especially bears are being domesticated, and black bears are just obese raccoons.
Oh my God.
I mean, some will claim that for foxes, but even if they are, nobody you know or will know will be alive to see it. And as cities continue to spread,
Oh, there's a Kirby
a
Air
lot
Ride.
of
Hold
animals
on.
will have to adapt or die. And credit, raccoons adapted the hell out of their circumstances.
All right, I'm good.
Raccoons hack the city game, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. Toronto is considered the raccoon capital of the world, with up to 100,000 black-eyed bandits free roaming.
Okay, to be fair, that one guy who touched the bear. Okay, to be fair, he was probably wasted. Because no sober person would touch the bear's ass. Come here, Jimbo! Touches the bear's ass. You know what? That one guy, you know, like, there's no way he was sober.
Would technically make them the largest minority group in Toronto. And if the $30 million dud wasn't proof, these sticky-fingered city slickers are testing humanity in ways few other urbanites could. But at least raccoons make sense in North America. Somehow they've taken their act international to Germany. In 1934, raccoon fur farms were booming, and a local forestry chief released 2 pairs of wash bears to enrich the environment. The result was the raccoon population blew up, And not just them, because years later, a bomb obliterated a farm near Berlin, allowing 30 raccoons to escape, and today, there's an estimated 1 million rogues roaming the country. 1940s Germany yet still did not see that coming. But the most outrageous origin story is how they ended up in Japan. You see, after the 1977 Rascal the Raccoon anime, raccoons became all the rage. So much that Japan was importing over 1,000 a year to satisfy the demand for pets.
Oh my
Thanks to raccoons
God.
being some of the worst pets you can have, if they weren't released into the streets by owners, they escaped and invaded the cities anyway. If they could have just taken the time to finish the anime, they probably would have gained the insight that could have avoided all of this. Instead, Japan has been at war with an unknown number of raccoons who aren't just costing
that's a
millions of
problem.
dollars in damage a year. They've done an absolute number on the already endangered Japanese salamander, while also severely outcompeting the very ironic looking raccoon dog. They can't keep getting away with this.
Oh my
But it's
God, those
not all
eyes are
good for the
terrifying.
raccoon.
Look at him, he's
Habituation can be
eating
a problem for them,
snacks.
too. As funny as a
Oh my
raccoon breaking
God. He's just eating snacks off his tummy. Oh my
liquor store and
God.
getting faded off the moonshine.
Oh my
There are some
God.
unexpected consequences of them eating the
Oh,
same
look at
food
him. He
as
just,
us.
oh, he
Did you know
eating
raccoons
good.
get
Oh, he's,
diabetes?
no.
Researchers
Oh, that's one chungish boy. Oh my God. He's obese. No. That's one heckin' chunker, man. Someone said Jabba the Hutt. Bro, look at him. He's so big, his arms can't even rest fully by his sides. Because he's got so, oh, he's so cute. Oh my God. Yeah, he has to mouth breathe. Oh my God. Stop feeding him cheeseburgers. Stop it. Stop it. And Sly Cooper hitting hard times. He needs Ozempic. Oh my God. What? How? And he's got a collar and a little hat on. Okay? So y'all humans are fucking him over. Stop overfeeding him. He's so chunky. Look at him.
Looked into the ruins in Ontario.
Look at, oh, he's panting. He's having a hard time breathing. He's so thick.
And they found that the city variety
Oh my
had a blood
God.
glucose level more than double those in the country. Mom, I'm sorry. I know you don't like me cursing, but I cannot stress how
I don't see a hat. There's a little red thing behind his head. See that? That's like a hat hanging off him. Right there. Like probably fell backwards. Little red thing here. Yeah.
Looked into the ruins in Ontario, and they found that the city variety had a blood glucose level more than double those in the country. Mom, I'm sorry. I know you don't like me cursing, but I cannot stress how badly you f***ed them over by feeding them. A masked up chonk is real cute until you realize they're having the same issues with obesity,
Oh no! They're getting type 2 diabetes and goddamn obesity problems. He can't get up. He can't get up. Help him! Help him! This is so sad.
diabetes and other health problems.
It was
Remember,
Dad.
Toronto already blew an NBA player's salary trying to stop them. Not to mention the very real issue that raccoons go the way of baboons, where they not only
it's even
lose all
bigger.
fear and respect for humans, but start getting violent about it too. Because I say it all the time, you could probably finish the phrase for me, but the worst thing an animal can do is what? Lose its fear of humans. Because while the original raccoon might seem far from extinction, there's another raccoon on the brink that you may not have even heard of. Because there's actually 3 species of raccoon. You got the famous common raccoon, but also the crab-eating, or South American, because they don't even eat that much crab, but also the Cozumel, or pygmy raccoon. Remember how I said Nessie's the only US citizen that's authorized to study them? Well, she's seen firsthand what habituation, especially tourism, has done to them. Like while I was sitting home working on this video, she had to deal with a couple Cozumels that died due to habituation, likely due to the malnutrition of eating tourist trash. It's sad, but there's only a couple hundred of
poor
these walking
babies.
trench coats left with, other than habitat loss, parasites and disease being some of the main reasons
Oh my
why.
God, these are
Reasons
like
that
the diet raccoons. The other ones are the American raccoons.
definitely are not helped by being fed junk
Or
by
Japanese
tourists.
raccoons, because it was
Probably the
in
biggest
Japanese
problem is
houses
that
where those
most
chubby ass
people
raccoons
don't
were.
even know they exist. Like if you look up Mexican raccoon, Google will probably acknowledge the coati before the Cozumel. And it's getting to the point where if we don't lock in like now the whole Cozumel raccoon community is gonna get canceled. That would really suck, because I literally just found out about them last year. So to make a long story short, raccoons aren't domesticating themselves, and if they are, it's no more than baboons, bears, or foxes, and if they are, it'll be many generations
sleepy
before anyone
boy.
sees it.
Oh,
And honestly, I don't think
look at
the
me.
scientists reporting on it were trying to be misleading, because again, it technically could be domestication, but I feel like news outlets saw domestication and kind of ran with it. And then people saw that news and immediately started thinking they'll have raccoons in pet stores in their lifetime, and that's not the case. And you don't want it to be. I'm not kidding when I say a raccoon as a pet will have you hating the species, your life, and everything about it. Imagine
Oh my
an
God.
adorable but incompetent contractor that does awful work and then demands food after. That, and they're liable to mangle your cat. Also, it's not good for the
Yeah, I
raccoon
mean,
too.
I've had a raccoon try to kill my cat when I was younger. When I was a kid growing up. I had a cat named Cinder, and I loved her to death. Her and I would go to sleep together every night. She was very cute, and she was out on my patio, and we had a big ass raccoon infestation across the street across from me, like the house across from me. I mean, the house across from me had a barn with big raccoon infestation. I mean, over 40 raccoons. Huge issue. They called like the pest control people to come over and help, and then they said, oh, we can't do anything. There's too many of them. And then they called like another group of people, and they said, no, we can't do anything. There's too many of them. So they just let them stay there, and they just kept multiplying, right? Anyways, one of them, huge, big raccoon, tries to kill my cat on my patio. I hear my cat go, right? And I run over, I turn on the light, and I see it, like the big ass raccoon's about to kill my cat, right? He's approaching her, like he's all teeth gnarly and shit, and I panicked, right? I took a broom, and I played field hockey back then, right? I took a broom, and in one swift, fast motion, I scooped him with the broom and flung him over the edge of the patio. I said, yeah! And I slung him over, right? He went, meow! He went flying, right? And then my poor cat, I grabbed and I brought it inside, and I was like, oh my God! Did he hurt you? Oh, you could have died! I was freaking out. Oh, my poor baby. Oh, I miss Cinder a lot. I love her. She passed away. God, I love that cat so much. I don't even talk about Cinder at all because it hurts me to think about her because of how much I love that cat. Did she get rabies? No, she was fine. She was fine. Me scooping the raccoon and flinging it with a broom saved the day. He did not like tackle her yet. They were doing the hissing back and forth thing, and then she was losing it. He was huge. That dude looked like he was jacked. No, that raccoon was hitting the gym and took steroids. Like it was terrifying. Like he didn't feel fat, he felt muscular. That's what it felt like. Like it was a domineering presence. I did not like it. Anyway, so yeah. I actually got a lot more raccoon stories now I think about it. Okay, so one time, so it was my friend's barn, by the way. So my neighbor, my friend, which shout out to her. She's got 4 beautiful children now. She's married. Love her. See her thriving right now. It's very nice. Anyway, so back in the day when we were kids, though, she like lived in the house across from me, and the raccoon infested barn was hers. And one time I came over, and I'm walking down to her door. It's like a duplex. She lived the bottom part. I was walking over to the door, and there's 2 raccoons posted up by the door like bouncers. And I look at them and I go, I guess I'm not going over today. I walk back to my house. And she messages me on Instant Messenger on MSN. And she's like, where are you? I'm like, I can't make it. The raccoons are there. She goes, just tell them to move. They move. I was like, no, I'm not telling them to move. I'm scared. They're huge and menacing, and there's like a whole horde of them in a barn. If I tell them to move, they will get their friends. I ain't playing them games. Just tell them to move was crazy. She was so used to it. She was so used to it. Like, dude, they're posted up like bouncers. I ain't doing shit. What?
Show you a graveyard full of raccoons that started as pets. And hot take, all exotic pets are bad. okay? But I feel like opossums as an
Oh.
option are way more chill. Like,
There's
who's ever been punked
babies.
by a possum? And skunks are a low-key sleeper pick. Like, I'm not kidding. They might get a video next. But yeah, instead of obsessing over bringing raccoons into our
Little
house,
chunky
we should
boy.
probably try to save them
Little
while they're
hops.
still out. And that's
Little
gonna do it
hops.
for this video. Shout out to Nessie for helping me with this video while fighting the good fight. She's currently in an undisclosed location in Cozumel trying to save the pygmy population. I'm gonna put all her stuff in the description. Also, shout out to Newsflare. A lot of the clips used in this video were licensed through them. So yeah, definitely recommend for finding clips for your projects. Also, I just want to say I'm not an expert in this. Like, don't think of me as a teacher, more like a student sharing his work with the class. And if you disagree with me, I have no problem with healthy discourse in my comments. In fact, I actively encourage it. Just don't be like weird about it. You know what I mean. Drink water, hug your mother. Stop feeding. Is this on? Hold on, let me just. Please stop feeding raccoons. They don't need the help and your help's not helping. Tell a friend about the Cozumel.
All right.
They really need the PR. Say what's up to your pops, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.
That was lovely. That was a lovely time. Thank you so much, Casual Geographic. We love your videos. Link to the description down below is the original video. Always support the original. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.